Crypto Saving Expert, where we discuss the latest cryptocurrency news and introduce you to the pioneers and the founders of the Web3 space. Today, I'm kindly joined by a very close friend of mine and a former guest on the show, Harry. London. Thanks for joining us today. How are we?
Yeah, really good, man. It's I think the last time we joined was just when you started, and I've loved seeing so many guests on the show, so many people I know, and I love to see the what I love about you, Spud, and what you've been building at Crypto Saving Expert is you've been building all the way through the bear market. The site is getting better, your audience is growing, and you know we're busy. As marketers, we were the first people to feel the massive drop. We were one of the first people to bounce back, you know, and it takes a long time to do good marketing. You work with a lot of projects and you read a lot of the news. A lot of that stuff takes months and months before it comes live. So yeah, we're really excited. We're seeing some good trends, and really excited to drop in some of the news updates this week.
It's been a crazy time, and you know, thanks for the gratitude there. But I've got to give it straight back to you, Harry. Someone, you know, that I look up to in the Web3 space, and you know, especially through the bear market. You guys seemed busy as hell during the bear market, so I can only imagine what's going on at the Flight Free office. You told me just before we got on stream you didn't even have a desk today because the office is jam packed, and it's the new map. I've been to the office; it's huge. So you guys are obviously pulling in everyone and working hard, and it's great to see. But yeah, let's head over to the first news story of today. Let's get it cracking. Let me just share my screen. Bear with me. And as always, guys, remember to hit that like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Even altcoins, guys, and also let us know what your favorite meme coin is in the comments right now, and we will get to them later. But let's head over to the first news story of today, which is regarding GameStop. Harry, have you been keeping an eye on the frenzy of GameStop right now, and were you involved back in 2021 as well?
So I've heard about GameStop by watching the documentary and then reading more, and it's just an incredible story of I guess of how the short sellers were squeezed, and I think it's an amazing example of why we need decentralization. You're watching these projects go, and they're like, hang on, Wall Street doesn't like this. We're going to lose money. We're going to stop trading. You know, I know you're well averse using a DEX, but what an incredible opportunity we have to have a free market. I think it's amazing he's come back. I think it's crazy that they can just stop trading because they don't like it. I think it shows how rigged it is, and I think it drives us further forward to really drive forward. I must admit, I'm very tunnel focused in my belief of Web3 and crypto, and I'm all in crypto, and I'm kind of not really trading traditional stocks. But I think it's a great story, and I love the underdog story. You know, we're British, Spud. We love the underdogs. You know, the crazy guy on the top.
It's you know, it kind of embraces that Web3 mentality, that community mentality, where you know, sticking it to the man. Trying to, you know, bring back the, you know, redistribute the wealth, the power, and it's a good movement to stick behind, man. And we've been seeing meme coins pop up on Solana, on these, you know, replicating CME and everything as well. And do you think this is what's really started off the meme coin frenzy in Web3, the return of Roaring Kitty and all of that?
I think it gives everyone hope, doesn't it? A lot of web trading. I think why people love meme coins so much is they do what they say on the tin. You know, I'm working on a lot of. I love DeFi, as you know. I'm working on some really cool DeFi projects. They're doing very complex financial transactions. They're the first to do it. There's a lot of like game theory, and you know, for the staking and the yields to work, etc. We don't know if it's going to work with some of the projects I'm working on. They're the first to do it. In theory, it sounds like a good idea. In reality, we're not sure. The good thing about a meme coin is like it's all about belief, isn't it? It's all about, wow, do I believe in this team? It does what it says on the tin. It is a meme, and you're fighting for attention. And I think as marketers, it's a brilliant example of, you know, can you get enough reach on your meme? Can you keep it alive? Can you keep a community engaged? Really authentic. And I think, I think it's a really I think it helps that Bitcoin and ETH are at a level where people can move. No one wants to move out of their Bitcoin if they bought it at 55k and it's at 40k. They don't view themselves in loss. Or even if it was at 69k and you bought it for 30k, you still view it as in that range. When we get back up to this range, it allows people to be like, oh, you know what, I want some more gains. I'm going to take some of my ETH, some of my Bitcoin. And so I think it's a perfect time, perfect storm. The halving happened in April. It is always a bit of a non-event. The supply shock takes a bit of time. We're over that sort of what do you call it, news hook, and now people are going back into that next wave.
Nice. And Harry, for people that may not have caught our last stream a few months back, you've been in cryptocurrency since 2013, I want to say.
Yeah, so I ran my first Bitcoin event in 2013,
Wow.
and I actually bought Bitcoin in 2011. Unfortunately, I spent all of that Bitcoin, otherwise I'd be on the beach right now. But yeah, no, I met a guy called Paul Gordon that ran CoinScrum. I'd used Bitcoin and I'd seen how it could work, and he really, really explained to us what it could do, and it's so exciting.
And
cool.
as you've been in
story,
as you've been in, you want to go head over to the next story? Let's go there. We've got El Salvador has mined 474 Bitcoin since 2021. The country has invested in Bitcoin's development since making it legal tender. So the country has utilized its geothermal power plant to run its Bitcoin miners and extract roughly 29 million worth of Bitcoin from the network. Have you ever been to El Salvador, Harry? Is Bitcoin City, is that where you're going to retire with a nice pina colada on the beach? Is that the plan?
Oh, I'm so excited for El Salvador. So what's so important about El Salvador is, we grew up. I've been in Bitcoin and Web3 for as long as I can remember, full time, 6-7 years now. And I used to get sent Indian FUD, China FUD, US FUD, UK FUD, government's banning it. And what's happened is we flipped it on its head. We've now got a race on our hands. We've got Lisbon, we've got Switzerland, we have Dubai, we have El Salvador. These countries are like, listen, and many more. Sorry if I've forgotten them, but these countries are now like, listen, we're not going to put our head in the sand and think this is crazy. They're like, wow, we're going to study this. How is this going to give value to our citizens? How is this going to give value to our people? And that's amazing. Suddenly we can, instead of these big guys, oh, I don't want this, I like this. The US is literally losing businesses to the day, to Dubai, to London. And that's great to see, because they've got archaic, they're trying to put security law made in 1935 on something that's so futuristic. It's not set up for that kind of law. They're trying to take away our power. They're scared of it. They're scared of us printing their money. So I think El Salvador is an amazing example of a country that's like, well, we don't necessarily know how this is going to make the people better. They've obviously been dollar cost averaging in, and I think they're up quite a lot. And what a good way to use their power. In the early days, we got a lot of FUD on electricity, and actually Bitcoin is really, people love to say that they're going to do good things. If there's a financial incentive to do something good, like learn how to use geothermal power to generate revenue, it's really going to race up the adoption of this and help us move away. And China, we got a lot of FUD because China use a lot of coal to make Bitcoin. Yeah. They also use coal to run their country. Exactly. And actually, so I think it's amazing. I think we're going to see more and more of these cities. One of my favorite books is Animal Farm. When we want change, we've got to be careful what change we want. It's very easy to criticize our government, but if you're in power, are you giving more free school meals to underprivileged kids, or are you giving more books to prisoners? Both are good sort of public goods and benefit society, but there's always a fixed amount of spend. So I think it's very easy to criticize. I really want to visit El Salvador. Spud, let's go. There's loads. Yeah, we're doing it. So
I might be heading over
call up TMG, put it on the business.
I might be heading over to Texas for consensus at the end of the month, so it's not far. So maybe we do that. Are you heading over to Texas, Harry? Oh, We've lost Harry a little bit. We all okay? Let me know in the chat. Is it have we lost Harry? Is it the whole signal? Let me know in the comments, guys. Let me try to remove him, then add him back. Apologies, here's. Let me. Harry's gone. Okay, Harry, if you can leave the stream, then come back. That would be amazing. We'll go over Christian's question there as well. So yeah, Harry, if you can reload your screen, and then we'll get right back to it, my man. Yeah, I was just checking my signals, all good. But yeah, Harry will rejoin shortly, guys. But yeah, I'm loving the comments in the chat, guys. Think of some more questions for Harry to go through. As you can tell, Harry is one of the most passionate people I know in crypto. He's been in it since 2011. Someone that I've looked up to, throughout my journey. His first Bitcoin event in 2013. How many people were doing that? So if someone to listen to, Harry doesn't have a short-term outlook. He has he has a long-term outlook on the market because he's so he's been in here since 2011. Why would you have a short-term outlook? He's very passionate and yeah, great guy to know. So hopefully he rejoins the stream any moment now. Let me just check my messages in case he's put in the word. No, he should be there. Here he is. Brilliant. Harry, we have you again. Thank you for rejoining. We have a question from Christian. Do you believe other countries are doing the same, but not being exposed or declared yet?
Yeah, massively. The US are one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin. They've raided the Silk Road. They're sitting on billions and billions of dollars. And there's Hungary. They're doing a lot. There's a lot of countries. Anyone that has good law enforcement. Unfortunately, criminals are going to use whatever currency. They use dollars and pounds, but they are also going to use Bitcoin. And so if you've got a big criminal thing, then people are going to be taking it. So yes, I don't think they know how to use it yet, and a lot of them just sell it or hold it. But I think we're going to see more and more of it.
Yeah, we have people in the chat. They say when you dropped out there, you went to go get some chippy.
Yes, chippy. I'm very excited about chippy. So
we'll save the best till last. We'll get to that, but we have a story here regarding the meme flood. So this ties us in very well. Some over 1 million new coins since the start of April. So new cryptocurrencies have begun to flood the market with over 1 million added since the start of April, most of them being meme coins. So that's more than 370,000 new tokens have emerged on Ethereum alone, while over 640,000 new tokens, predominantly meme coins, have launched on Solana. What are meme coins doing for the overall market, Harry? A lot of people give them a bad rep, but all that traffic on Ethereum and Solana, it's got to be good, right?
Yeah, so I think it's important to understand why this is so important.
Mm-hmm.
One of my first projects that I launched was a prediction market on Ethereum.
Yes.
At that time, to do simple things like building a vesting contract, I had to find a Solidity developer. There was only 12,000 of them.
Yeah.
Had to pay him a fortune, and he made a simple vesting contract. What is so cool about meme coins, and we had it kind of with NFTs, is within 10 minutes, as me and you were in the pub and we're like, why don't we make a ape derivative NFT? We can find our mate that's a designer, we can whack it out, we can auto-generate them. And in about a day, we made an NFT project using the Ethereum or Solana or Near or whatever blockchain. With meme coins, and with something like Pump.fun and all of the other sort of pre-made tools, suddenly every single person can be an entrepreneur and they can launch a meme token without having to talk to a Solidity dev. Yeah. This is an amazing way for this whole new wave of, when I did a talk with the guy, 6th or 7th employee at Microsoft, he made Microsoft Excel, a guy called Alan Howard. And he was like, when we made the computer, everyone was like, why do you need a computer? I've got my cookbook, I've got my accountancies, and now in this day, every single person uses their phone or their computer every single day, almost without fail. And I think when we look at the adoption, and what Solana is doing so well, is like, okay, maybe breaking a little bit because it's so busy. Unlike a lot of the other blockchain, which is often described like Heathrow and COVID, that there's people using it, and out of that, we're going to find all of these great use cases. So I think meme coins offer an incredible way for lots and lots of people to jump in. The second point is they're really quick. Building. We've all been involved in technology projects. We all know, a bit like building a house, it's normally a year late. It's normally a year and a half late. So if you want to just have a bit of fun, invest in there, whatever, realistically, it's going to pump with all the hype, and then like every other DeFi chart, crash down for a year or 2 years until it could or could not work, and then storm back up. Meme coins offer the meme's built. Yes, obviously we've seen with BonkBot all the cool with Bonk. Obviously they helped sell out the Solana phone. Unbelievable, 20,000 phones, nearly 100,000 pre-orders because everyone wanted to think I could get Bonk airdrop. That's really cool. The Bonk team, we made them doing fashion shows with them. They did Bonk boxing. That was a highlight when we saw our big man Stevie knockout Super Team Germany. So shout out to all the super teams. One of my favorite DAOs. If any of the crypto saving experts are in the UK, they haven't joined Super Team yet, you get NFT, loads of airdrops. So definitely join the Super Team fam. But yeah, and then the third point. Look, we're here for generational change, but we also want to have a bit of fun. And there's nothing like community building and that hype that when you're in a community and if you play meme coins well, they've outperformed the market by 3x this year. So if you play it well, although it's silly, it's a bit of fun. So I'm very excited to see where they go and what grows out of these projects as they do build a treasury, and then they do hire serious people, and they're like, oh wow, we could actually do something now. We've got the community. And Spider, I know that you and TMG have worked on and been involved in many of the meme coins this year. Yeah. The community really do get involved and drive the direction. Sure. And the interesting thing about our community, although everyone is having fun, there's actually a lot of very smart people that have good ideas and can drive things forward. So really, really excited to see where it goes. Much like the NFT mania, which I was a big part of last cycle and hasn't really come back yet. At one point, everyone could go, well, this is ridiculous. They're all, and can die. But for the next 3, 5, 6 months, I only see it improving as people realize how easy it is to jump on and create one. The hard thing, like anything, I always tell my projects this, as we get to TGE or IDO, is IDO TGE is the easy bit. Do you have the bottle to keep a community going when they're down and when you're tired and you've used all your ammo? And that's where you really got to look at a team. But yeah,
for sure, you're right. You could say TGE is like the honeymoon period. Everyone's happy, everyone's euphoric, and then you get back home and you spend a few nights with them, and and then it goes downhill, and it's keep that momentum. And often it is the community that has to drive that momentum. We've seen it with NFTs. I know you're a holder of DGods. They've recently made some big news recently about going back to Solana. We've seen Mad Lads on Solana do really well as well. And I think how NFTs are going to gain more relevance is kind of going, following suit with what Mad Lads has done, similar to like Saga phones, where they're in for airdrops, etc., like that. Do you see NFTs making a comeback perhaps this summer, or is it later down the line in the market, or perhaps even never?
Yeah, so I think NFTs as a marketer are unbelievable. Let's say you love Nike trainers. You buy you're one of these geezers that's outside queuing. If I'm allowed to find out about you, get feedback, give you discounts. So I think from a marketing community two-way street, the reselling of these trainers, seeing where they go, getting royalties back to creators. So I think in terms of NFTs, I studied economics and policy. NFT is a horrible word. Like we haven't colloquialized that yet. Digital ownership, that is going to be massive. I think we've seen a lot of the sports clubs try and rug it as a sort of, you know, if you're talking to a certain audience, to pay £1,000 for 19 football matches over a year, and then they're like, oh, you can have a spinning shirt for $1,000 that there's 100 of the same ones. That's not quite the right method. I think there's a lot more interesting things about giving them for free, letting people mint them, adding value to that. Do I think there is a space for the sort of, we look at the Boogles today. A Boogle sold for 1,500. So I don't know what that is. 100 grand, maybe 200 grand. So so I definitely think the core community is there, and the people that are really there. And I'm still bullish. You know, I think if we look at art, there is no utility of art. Do you want a punk? Yes. And so I think once we have the bull cycle and people take out 10, 20, 30, 40 Bitcoin of whatever pre-sales they're in, and then they have disposable crypto again, I do think people are going to want like legacy blue chip bits of internet history, as it were. Most of the projects I think will struggle, but they pivot and go into other things. So who knows? But I'm quietly optimistic, holding a lot of my NFTs, hoping that they don't stay at zero.
Yeah, no, totally solid point. And I think one thing I'd like to mention as well from DGods, and I think perhaps a way that NFTs will be going is, allowing that IP, that intellectual property. I had a Mojo on the stream earlier this week on Tuesday, and we went through Pudgy Penguins, and they've sold over $1 million worth, or maybe I'm remembering wrong, mate. It might have been 1 million units of Pudgy Penguin toys. Absolutely crazy. And I think perhaps the IP and the artistic way of it will be, the way we'll see NFTs progress throughout this market. We've got a question from, not a question actually, a statement from Christian here. So memes are a way of getting involved in projects for normal people because they can't get involved in normal projects from the beginning. VCs, etc. grab the slice. This is true. Perhaps meme coins are the way for retail to get in early. Because like Christian said there, VCs often, they get the slice of all the top projects and all of that. And us retail are left to buy on TGE. So things like pump.fun are kind of perhaps giving back to the retail. So yeah, very good point there, Christian.
Yeah, and that's the great thing, isn't it? About the tough thing about these pre-sales and these cliff edges. As soon as the unlock happens, even the diamond hands at 120x is taking some profit. And if you don't have enough momentum, I always say if you give people unlocked tokens, they're theirs to sell, and they, there's this weird sort of the Spider-Man meme, don't sell, don't. But of course, if people are 120x up and they've got unlocked tokens and they went in early, they are going to take some profit. So I think this fair launch, this thing is a really, really good way to give power back to the people, which is what we're here for.
Awesome, man. Now we're talking about meme coins. I know a lot of you guys are posting it in the comments, and I know you've been going absolutely crazy. So let's have a quick look at Chippy. So guys, we've had a bit of a rebrand with the website there. Chippy on Solana. Go check it out. There's also a game. We've got contract address, all there, all good. But let's have a little go at this game. Harry, have you had a play on the Chippy Bird yet?
Oh, I'm so bad. I got to 6. It's surprisingly hard, but surprisingly addictive. So
oh man.
But yeah, look, Chippy, I got a text from a friend, very good friend, being like, this is launching, I think 500k MCAP. I was into 10x from its pump.fun launch. I managed. It's been amazing to see it go 18 million. Really, I work on a lot of projects, and they go, we want 2 million Twitter followers. It's like, well, I worked for an exchange called Luno, and spent a lot of money and spent a long time working on it, and it's and we had 70,000 followers. It takes a long time to build an organic user. So I love seeing the community go from 50 Telegram users to 800, nearly 1,000 on Twitter, some really, really big names behind it. The dev is solid and has a, with these things, you always want to look at who's holding the bag and what sort of point are they going to just drop it where it's life changing. And we know the dev has a long way to go. We know how serious it is. So I think the meme is great. Fish and chips. Who doesn't love it? You know, I want to get to see it in China, America. Pump.fun. I mean, I don't know where it is on the board now. And look at that chart.
The chart is crazy. A lot of people, you know, there was some weak hands, as people would call them, down at these levels. You know, we hit as low as 4.5 million. You know, if you caught the bottom there, well done, because you know you could have sold the top up here at 16.4. So quick math, I know, probably a 4x there for you guys. So yeah, super interesting. Creeping up to 1.5k holders now as well, which is cool to see.
What do you view good as in terms of holders? Like, where do you see, like, what sort of a solid number that you like to see when you're investing yourself?
Without any airdrops, you know, where they distribute very minute amounts to different wallets, or where they distribute minute amounts to different wallets to build up the holders number. You know, over 1,000 for the first week is amazing in my opinion there. I've got to say though, our number, you know, Chippy's numbers compared to the price is crazy. You know, there's such a strong community there. The Telegram was absolutely popping off. I saw you in it, Harry, as well, having some fun, posting some memes. Was absolutely popping off last night. And yeah, it's a good community right now. And going back to Pump Fun, you know, there's a cool competition between, you know, the different top coins here. Obviously, look, you've got Michi, which is that 400 million or something crazy like that, right up there. And then, you know, you've got Shark Cat, is pretty cute, pretty funny. Selfie Dog Coin, Mini, and the Duck as well. Cat meme coins have been making a resurgence. They're kind of flipping dog coins at the moment. Being an OG, Harry, what meme coins first came on your radar? Did Doge come on your radar early on?
Doge, you know, I remember when everyone was like Doge to $1, and it was so many decimal places I couldn't even see, and it was like it just kept on going. I obviously Pepe came. I'm lucky enough that
market cap right now, Pepe.
Pepe's absolutely ripping. Rumors that Coinbase are listing it. That's always a bit of a sell the rumor by the news. But right now I'm really focused on Solana meme coins. I've been messing around with base meme coins, a lot of roosters, and that's been fun. And I think there's a long way to go. With that being said, Spuds, Chippy to Billy, I love what you're doing, and really appreciate the crypto saving expert community as always. And I love it. I'm really sorry I'm being kicked out of my room.
No worries, Harry. Thank you for joining. And guys, go follow Harry at @HarryHorsfall_. We'll have him back on the show, and you're going to be seeing more of him throughout the year, and his brother as well. So thank you, Harry. Have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow for Fish and Chips. Who's paying?
Fish and Chips, me.
Hey, you heard that here, guys. Harry's getting me fish and chips. Take care. Have an amazing Thursday.
Bye. Cheers.
Awesome, guys. That was a brilliant stream. We will be having Harry back on the show. Make sure to go give him a follow. Tell him, you know, that you're from Crypto Saving Expert and that you want some free tickets for Zebu Live. Because Zebu Live will be in October, guys, and I want to see you all there. It's going to be an amazing event, you know, headed up by Harry and his brother Jolly. Very good friend of mine. So, guys, thank you for joining the stream. As RVN says, slap that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on channel notifications and drop some comments, guys. Much appreciated. Have an amazing Friday. Let's go.